Welcome to Auntie Chats and Tarot. Hello, welcome in Capricorn. It's nice to have you here. Let's get into your message. Something magical is happening for you, Capricorn, at this time. I'm wondering if you're feeling it. Pay attention to the signs. They're coming in. Let's spin our dragonflies and get at your message here. Remember, not everything is going to resonate, but take what does, take what helps you, take what helps you to help yourself, and leave the rest. And thank you to all who have supported this channel. I really appreciate it. I'm going to move the camera so we see more of the cards here. Here we go. Messages for our Cappies. Something transformative is happening. Like I said, I wonder if you're feeling that as well, feeling something kind of magical in the air, and also at the same time important. Pay attention to the signs. Pay attention to your dreams. Something trying to come through. Messages. Okay, we've got a lot of messages already. The Moon, the Ace of Swords, the Queen of Wands, the Star, the King of Cups, Page of Pentacles. Yeah, some messages of truth are coming in, but I feel like they're coming in from divine sources. You're looking exceptionally good these days. You're feeling good. It's like you've found your groove. You're feeling very grounded. At the same time, you're feeling light. But it's like, it's not a dichotomy. It's just like embracing all sides here. Nothing's in opposition. Everything's in a nice, beautiful flow. Yeah, you're looking particularly lovely these days. Wishes you are seeing are on the verge of coming true, or you're experiencing them happening. Your wish may have something to do with being with somebody who's very emotionally stable, emotional for you, has come towards you with a cup of love. This may be for some of you a first-time experience with that. This person could have shoulder issues. That's interesting. Just a side note. Could be a water sign. I see a lot of emotion here. They don't have to be a water sign. I see a lot of emotion. I see a lot of intellect back and forth, intellectual conversations, very deep conversations, conversations where you feel like you're growing from them, from this person in your life. You've grown considerably. Or there's the start of this. Or this person is soon to enter, and you can feel their energy coming towards you. All good vibes here. A lot of really good vibes. A lot of mental. So there's a lot of things happening right now that are mental. The downloads from a divine team and this particular special person coming in is all very mental. Third eye. I feel like my third eye is kind of heavy with the information, but heavy in a good way. Okay. Like you've always known this time would come for you, but it didn't come and didn't come and didn't come and didn't come. And so you're questioning it a little bit in that you're just a little bit surprised. But if someone were to really ask you, you would say, I knew this day would come. I'm just surprised it's now here because I've waited so long. Something like that. Does somebody's throat hurt? Is there something about the throat chakra or your neck that's bothering you? And the Hermit's out here. Have you done a lot of work on self? Have you pulled back to take a look at self, to take a look at your life? Have you gained some enlightenment here? Yeah, this enlightenment journey that you've been on has brought this new person in that we're talking about. very emotionally stable, very helpful for you intellectually, and also just for a feeling of self-worth. You're being seen in a way you haven't before. It's your work that you did on self that's brought this person in, because you changed up the energy that you're giving out that was enabling this person to come in. Like, they may go by captain, or there's some sort of joke about them being a captain. Yeah, something about the sea in this person. There could be an attraction here where, like, you're kind of their siren or vice versa. Let's keep going. Death, transformation. Yeah, definitely. You're in the midst of a big transformation here. For some of you, I'm hearing you can thank your grandmother. Some of you have a grandmother on the other side that has helped this to come to fruition. And I feel like it's just sitting on a bed of flower petals. That's just how it feels. It's just lovely and comforting and smells great. Maybe even you catch whiffs of your grandmother in the oddest of places, you know? Know that she's around. Yeah, and for some of you, where areas were sparse in your life, now it's just blossoming. And it's blossoming out of control. And again, you always knew this would happen, but you're a little bit surprised that, yeah, right now. I'm just surprised because I've waited for so long. You've waited for so long because of the Three of Swords. A lot of emotional heartbreak here. But I see going within, the enlightenment. It's just created a brand new base for you. Like, the emotional disappointments and heartbreak have actually turned into lessons that, of course, you wish you hadn't had to have lived or gone through. Throat chakra. But you've gotten to a place now where you can look at those and say, thank you for the lesson, rather than I'm crushed, I'm going to have a hard time getting through this. It's more of a putting it into perspective now, learning from the lesson, being grateful for the lesson, moving forward. Justice is here. That is your justice, I'm hearing. Just that concept alone. Putting things into perspective that would have crushed you in the past. Being grateful for the lesson and moving forward. The things that crushed you in the past don't seem to, definitely don't have the same effect on you anymore. You know, before it was kind of a shattering feeling, and now it's, they've given me strength. I'm going to alchemize this energy, and it gives me strength. I move forward. I move forward with the lessons learned. You have a lot of experience in this area. Emotional heartbreak. But it helps you now, again, with strength, I see, with tapping into that experience to help others, to speaking that out, to understanding it better. You've definitely turned negatives into positives that work for you. This has helped with a balancing out, a balancing of your scales. King of Wands is here. You have a match, the King and Queen of Wands out here. This is a very dynamic couple. This can be a good-looking couple. This can be a couple that comes into the room and completely changes up the dynamics of that room. This is the couple people want to be standing next to and know and take photos with, that type. Could be a celebrity couple even out here that I'm speaking on. Or you're on the verge of being with a celebrity. You are a celebrity. Some sort of celebrity connection, I feel. A lot of happiness, and you can see it. You can see it in your mind's eye. Or you're actually in the beginning stages of seeing this in real time. The Hierophant is here. Learning lessons. Yeah. Divine guidance here is very, very huge. Nine of Swords is also out here. I feel like what you worried about in the past, you leaned into your spirit team and no longer worry about those particular things. This is the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. You have worried about being left out, not being seen, disengaging yourself because things weren't going just so, or things where I'm hearing were uncomfortable instead of going in a nice flow that we see you're in now. You just disengaged. You weren't as social. You weren't connecting with people. You were doing that on purpose. Or you felt this was kind of how people were responding to you. And it stressed you out. It stressed you out in such a variety of ways that affected your health. It affected your sleep patterns. I see that all as past tense, what you're coming from. Six of Pentacles. This was all energy that you gave to others. It was all because this stressing out and not feeling connected is because you were giving your energy to others and other things. And those other things weren't giving back to you. There needs to be a balance there. You're seeing that now with this King of Cups that has emerged in your life and shown you more of a balance. There's a different dynamic that's going on here that you haven't, for many of you, you haven't felt before, or you haven't felt enough of in relationships. That's helping you to balance out the scales as far as how much you give, and it's equal to what you receive. But before, you were giving, giving, giving. It was really throwing off your whole rhythm, your whole vibe, your whole balance. It was making you very, it was affecting your health. It was affecting, like I said, your sleep patterns. You were giving a lot, and then it wasn't turning out, so you were pulling back. It was very off balance before, how you were showing up. It was more of a struggle all the time. I see once you did some enlightenment work with your hermiting away and maybe doing some meditating, but definitely it was an exercise in self and self-worth that you've been on a path, that you've provided yourself an opportunity there to learn more and to really go in. And I think a lot of shadow work has been worked. Dark night of the soul, trips. You have completely balanced this out, or you are on your way to a much more balanced you that shows up. You're not so thrown off if based on somebody else's reaction or how they're treating you. It's much more centered and much more grounded and much more balanced. I keep saying that, but that's important to say, the balance part of this, and much more about self. You're not giving your power away. Your power is within self. Three of Cups is out here. Ace of Cups in the reverse. This is a repeating message here of how you pulled back socially. You started to reject even being emotionally connected with people. Again, past tense. But I see you've done a lot of work on self, and you feel confident now to show up in a way that's healthy for you, in a way that's truthful for you, authentic for you, and you're seeing other people show up that fit that same kind of energy. They reinforce the energy that you feel you need. They're showing up. So yes, definitely transformative. Wow. And big. I feel like this is very big for you. Like, some things started out when you were a child that you couldn't have possibly been prepared to combat or understand, that have then folded. And this can be said of so many of us, right? That then folded into your formative years, your teen years, your college years, now your adult years. That you're just now figuring out and learning how to handle that, understand that, and handle that. Rather than stay not understanding certain things and staying in a shadow side, reacting in a shadowy way, okay? Which just compounds the problems. Okay, so we've got the Fool out here and the Knight of Pentacles. Like seeing that. Yeah, that's everything that we're talking about here, which is you've taken a leap in another direction. You've taken it on faith, and this is faith in self, a belief in self. And it's deliberate, your actions, and it's self-based now. It's leading to a lot of happiness. I feel like the baggage that you used to lug around, which was a truckload, and even lugged around other people's baggage, so their truckloads, you're down to one 10-minute gathered bag, period. It's like someone said, okay, you've got 10 minutes to gather what's important. You did, and that's all you carry around now. And that was a great exercise for you as well as to what is important to you. And a lot of that you're carrying around has everything to do with investing in self. 7 of Pentacles. Investing in the seeds that you've planted that are blossoming now. Again, something about a vision I'm seeing of a person lying on a bed of petals. And this investment in you, by you, is going to be everything about your happiness. And again, the flow, the sun is out here. The 5 of Swords, the 6 of Swords. If people were competitive with you before, or you needed to just kind of evaluate self, which we've been talking about, and tweak some things, you're doing that. You've done that. For some of you, you've done that. You've seen the truth. You've looked at it. You've experienced how tough that can be. You've made the changes necessary so that you can show up differently. You've followed the trails of where that comes from, that shadow side or that competitiveness, or where did that start? Has that served you? How has it not served you? Where it's not served you, what are you letting go of? It's working through this choppiness to find the real glass water, the calm. Yeah, I see a lot of talking to self here, talking it out to where you get to a calm, and then you can just enjoy the quiet, enjoy the peace. Knight of Swords is out here in the reverse. What's the Knight of Swords here, Spirit? Not such a frantic pace. You know, when you were taking on other people's issues, baggage, taking them on in your life, you were also taking on their frenetics, their frantic, their energy. now you've got this very calm the way you want it, because it represents your energy only. 8 of Wands in the reverse. Someone here too was dealing with someone who liked the drama. So they were very talkative. They were always talking, and they were always maybe talking about people and stirring it up, stirring it up, stirring it up. You no longer invite that kind of energy in to your world. I feel like you recognize that wasn't ever you to begin with, but you did entertain that for a little bit, and also noticed how that changed the energy up of your life. Your life became like that, or you participated in some of these conversations. But I feel like if you participated, even while you were doing it, you were like, this is not me. I don't like this. I don't even know why I'm joining in here. It was to fit in. But it was to fit in an area that you weren't meant to fit in. And you see that now clearly. 10 of Cups. This is all about your happily ever after. I do see it with somebody. I believe it is this 10 of Cups. Or rather, King of Cups energy that we see. 5 of Cups. Yeah, you've gone from a lack and feeling like needing change, and feeling like there's a lot of regrets here in how you've handled things, to I'm no longer going to be in regret. I'm taking the lessons that I've learned. I'm going forward with a lot of happiness, and I'm going to create my own happiness here. I'm going to focus in on what happiness means to me. I'm going to make sure that comes around by putting out the same energy I want to attract, and it's all coming together. You can see that. Or like I said earlier, you can feel it's on its way. 10 of Swords. Endings are happening here. Endings are happening with that person that likes to talk about other people, or this could be a group that likes to do this, or this could just simply be like we've discussed. You've put an end to a lot of things in your life that were unhealthy. The cards are really pretty. The cards show a pretty time in your life. 7 of Swords is at the bottom of the deck. It's followed by the 8 of Swords. Interesting synchronicity here. 7 and 8 of Swords. The lies that you accepted from others, or that you told yourself, is what held you back. It imprisoned you, and you see that. You see it very clearly. And you're manifesting something completely new. Seeing your worth. And you're getting the downloads. Boy, are you ever. Yeah, something very exciting coming in. Something about a family, or a reason to celebrate. Something to celebrate. Hopes, wishes, dreams involved here. And this does have to do with more cups of love. So a lot of love surrounds you right now. Celebratory or celebrity love, something like that. Think about those downloads. You're getting them. They're coming in bold, and they're coming in fast. So what I'm hearing is be on alert, and like for dreams, have something nearby where you can write them down as soon as you wake. If you find that you have had like an amazing experience, but then it's poof, gone. Get to a pen and paper, even in the middle of the night, write this stuff down. Because yeah, something about serendipitous information, but strong, very important, coming towards you. Don't be off guard, because it's going to come like a lot, powerfully, often, but in a serendipitous way. So I'm hearing the divine, your divine team, really admire what you've done here, the work that you've done here. It's going to be a turning point in your life if it hasn't already, which I see for some of you, it's already begun. Yeah, you're expecting, you're demanding better for yourself, and you're receiving it. And there is an element of looking back on time wasted not demanding that. But you're being asked to just be grateful for the lessons and look to the future, because your ships are coming in and you're getting downloads about them. There are going to be a lot of downloads. And they have to do with your strength. Your strength, even going back to when you were a child and you weren't seen enough. I think for some of you, you then accepted that in life. But the truth is that you were always meant to be seen. You were always a success. You were always the success. And you're going to be the success, the catalyst for the next generations, because you won't allow them to not be seen. Yeah, that has something to do with your purpose. Whoa. Pretty deep. Pretty deep, Cappy. If anyone can pull that off, it's you. Alrighty. Let's keep going. Great, great, prosperous, bountiful beginning here for you. Just starting, just on the verge of this. Yep. Somebody's going to be defending you now. Somebody's going to find great inspiration from you. And somebody's going to be a heck of a leader in all areas. And they're going to see how sweet and caring and nurturing you are, and they are going to be the same. This feeling of lack and this feeling of not being seen was all toxic manipulations by people in your life or by darker, orphaned, feelings of being orphaned, being alone. It was a darker side to people you were around and a darkness that in some ways it was meant to strengthen you, and in other ways it shouldn't have ever been. That's all I can say. I'm not sure that I understand that. I'll have to think about that. And I'm being told each person thinks of that how they will. Oh, it will mean different things to different viewers here. But now it's time to focus in on the beginnings here, the communication of what does ignite you, what does inspire you. Not to focus in on these burdens of the past, to learn from them and move forward, make sure they're not repeated. That's the balance. And in this process, your soulmate comes in. Yeah, that's interesting. We got the orphaned oracle right when we were talking about that energy. That's all past energy. Let's talk about present, forward moving energy as we go to the fork in the road. Yeah. Let's talk about that fork in the road that you've already made a choice here, I feel like, and you're moving in a direction that's good flow for you. I feel like you've come upon that fork already. You made a choice. You did a lot of good, deep soul work, tough soul work. Now you're back in the community. You're back being seen. You're back integrating yourself, but in a manner that's more authentic to you. You're back being seen. Yeah, I hear it again. Because you're not meant to not be seen. That's all toxicity you've had to deal with. You are blessed. This is a blessed time too. You can feel it. You are blessed. Some of you may even be feeling like you're floating around. It's so serendipitous. We see that too. Going the distance here. This card talks about you're almost there. Give it your last push and cross that finish line. Leg up. You've given yourself the leg up because you've learned from the past. You've learned a lot of lessons that go back into your dating life, as well as how that was affected by going way back into your childhood. And Spirit is saying, see the generation that maybe did ignore you, spin it in your mind, alchemize that energy as the leg up that they gave you was to not repeat this shadowy behavior for the next generation. And what strength you've learned from those lessons. Yeah, and you might be surprised to learn that the generation that did not look at you or see you completely or fully or tried to shut you down when your natural way was to be seen and be heard, as we all should be. That should be everybody's natural way. But there's something here about shutting that down. There's a note here that they've learned from you now. They watch how you treat the next generation. And that's been something of their wish, is to know how to do this. So for some of you, they knew they were doing this and they did not know how to, it was maybe how they were treated, and they did not know how to do different or to do better. But now that they've seen you and watched you, it's like a gift to them to know how to do it, the building blocks, to put that into practice, what you have figured out and already put into practice. It can be some sort of a building block for them to create a different foundation. Yeah, like I feel like this energy catches on, and it's like all I needed to do was see it. And I'm not making light of that because it's huge, but I needed to see that in order to know how to do it, because I never experienced it myself in my own life. That could be the generation ahead of you who did not know how to let you be seen because they were never seen. But again, stressing the present and the future, you're not letting that happen anymore. But it's kind of taking on a life of its own, where it's spinning into a lot of different areas in a very positive way. Unfinished symphony. Yeah, you may have an unfinished symphony with some of these people. It may be good to talk this out. This is talking about closing cycles out. It's time to close that cycle out where children aren't seen or heard. If that's resonating with you and your family. Change in the wind. Absolutely. We're talking about a big change, both for you and now some of the generations are getting in here. Some of your ancestors are getting in here. We did talk about a grandmother that's maybe helping you with this newness that's coming in. So seeing the error of her ways, or seeing the error of the generation she was in, something like that. All that glitters isn't gold. You know, were you forsaken or overlooked because of something that was more monetary? Imagine. Now it's an energy that releases and is more imaginative. You let things come towards you. You let your imagination run wild in a good way with other generations, maybe with children. You know, it's all about light energy here as opposed to heavy, heavy false energy. It's blessed and imaginary, the energy. It's the lying in the petals, the flower petals. Beautiful. Remember your captain, something about a captain. I'm told again, remember the captain, co-create. And of course, this is what started all of it, was you looking at self and leaning into your spirit team to get the ball rolling, to get the leg up, to look at self, to make changes, to expect more. A lot of self-worth realized here. Well, I think this has been a huge message. A lot of mending is going on. A lot of mending has gone on. A lot of healthy changes, and a lot of a lot of mending that's happened. Let's get an angel wish here. Love will get you through. Stick to the basics. Love will get you through. Love of self has initiated all this change. Bottom line. And it will continue to serve you. Capricorn, that is your message. I hope that you've liked it. If you have, please like, share, subscribe. It really helps the channel. Until next time, let's remember who we are. Let's remember our self-worth. Thanks for joining me.